What did you get from that?
Well, we obviously it was never about the result. It was about having giving these young players opportunity. We did that today. We just spoke about they've found out a little bit about themselves, about the teammates, the peers. Halifax Rugby League club. Some of them have never played for the club before at this level. So that's certainly the experience is good for us. We found out that our discipline needs to improve. Our discipline is probably the main area out of that, which you can practice as many plays and contact and tackle and wrestle. You only realise that your discipline isn't up to the required standard when there's a referee there, and you're not quite getting on side, or you're staying on a little bit too long. So that's something for us to go away and work on, I think, as a group.
Because I mean, nine players on debut, and I think there were 5 who played once. So
yeah, I was going to have a look at your team sheet and have a look at what we've got out there.
So it was a very, very young.
Yeah, you know, there's 13, 14 first team players not involved today. But that's what these games are for. You know, you need to look at players. You need to look at whether they can handle the pace of a championship or a League One or a Super League game, and we certainly looked at that today. We looked at the fitness levels. As I said, I suggested our discipline is something that we're going to take away and have a look at. I thought the first 5-10 minutes was really pleased. I thought our attacking shape, the plays that we worked on in pre-season worked. We brought them down a couple of times. Obviously we got a score, and our goal line defence again, probably as a spillover from last season, was very, very strong at times. You know, to be fair, I thought Bradford probably could have had a couple of scores. We held them up a couple of times. We had some desperation in them young men. So that's good. That's the positive. But we couldn't sustain field position. Our kicking game wasn't good enough. We didn't control the ruck speed at times. I thought when they brought on Peltier and Kirk and some of them front rowers, really got over the top of us a little bit of our young players.
You expected someone to emerge. Did anyone emerge?
I was pleased. I thought Jordan Symes' contribution was good. I thought he defended strong. If you looked when they kick the ball, a measure of your team is who takes that first carry. If it's not a winger or a fullback who's putting the hand up, he did it on several occasions. I was really pleased for him on that. Connor Davis as well, he was there and thereabouts. You know what you're going to get from Ben Johnson and Morgan, and Adam Brook was one of the ones as well. I thought his first contribution was a 40-20. I thought that was good. We needed a bit of kicking game, but we just didn't build enough field position or pressure for our kickers and our half-backs, whoever they were, to control that game. I thought Bradford controlled the game really. Sat for the first 10 minutes, I thought they were in control. We made a few errors as well.
Is that because we've seen this like a kicking game before? Is that if Scott doesn't play, we don't have a kicking game?
Yeah, it wasn't our best kicking display today, but we've got to have a look at these players. We've got to throw them out there and challenge them and say, listen, Scott Morell's not going to be there all season. He might not be playing. We don't know injury form or whatever. We need the next crop. Obviously, between Adam, Ben, and Morgan, there were some decent moments and spells within that, but not consistently enough. Halfbacks have to be consistent. You have to be consistent with what you do. You have to understand the plays and what plays you've got and what plays to use. We need to probably go again and look at that as well.
Because Brook has a kicking game. That was very noticeable when he came on.
Yeah, I'll have to.
Is he here to, effectively the contract? Is that the?
Yeah, there's 3 or 4 lads who are looking to earn contracts. We've obviously, we've tied up the Welsh trio who I thought stood up well. I thought Sean Jones was strong. I thought he was hard to handle in the front row, which is a tough position. But yeah, going back to Adam, it's opportunity. He's obviously been at Bradford full time. He's been at Keighley, and he's a Halifax lad. He's come for an opportunity. Probably didn't see enough of him today. Just after half time. We'd like to see him probably from the start and control the game. But there's certainly some question marks there over the young players. However, as I said, they work really hard together and for each other. And for a team that's just been thrown together, that's good. That's the positive.
You've added the one at Wakefield now. That's confirmed. How do you stack your team for that? Is that a more experienced style, or do you look at the best of these again?
Well, we've picked up a couple of injuries. Will Calcott's had to go for an X-ray on his wrist, so fingers crossed he's okay. James Woodburn will come off with a head knock, slight concussion. James Woodburn Hall, slight concussion. There were a couple of bumps and bruises there, so we'll reassess they're in tomorrow, whoever's got an injury, and then we'll be back in on Friday. So that'll give us an opportunity to see who will be fit for the following week. We'll probably play with a bit more experience next week.
Richard, how did you think Jacob Fairbank did, captaining the side today?
Yeah, I was impressed. He tries hard, Jacob. He wears his heart on his sleeve. Being a captain, a leader, is a different proposition and different role. It takes time to get into that role, but I was pleased. I thought he led from the front. I thought he was good all week, talking up what needed to happen and guide this young team around. But again, if I'm being honest, we had all our frontline players off in the second half. You know, Brandon Moore, Jacob Fairbank, Ben Johnson, James Woodburn Hall. So we're even younger than probably what we went out with in the first half. And to stick in there, you know, we kept in there. Young Keane, a few bright sparks from that young man. He's a bit of a bolter, come out of nowhere. Just come for an opportunity, full back. I thought he took a really good ball at the end there. A couple of things in his game position that we need to work on, but that's the attractive proposition that Halifax offer. We've got a reserve grade and we offer opportunities. But these lads have got to play a lot better than that to keep the levels and keep themselves into the championship. It's a different proposition, playing week in, week out in the championship. And as you heard John Keir say there, you know, half of the squad's full time here. They'll probably spend a decent amount of money, and they'll be good next year, I'm sure.
What's the latest on some of the injuries? Shane Grady, Elliot Morris, could we expect them back for Wakefield?
Unlikely for them too. James Saltonstall just had some treatment there. We'll wait on him. Shane's obviously had an operation pre-season. Adam won't play. So as you know, we haven't got we got Ben Kay and Will Sharp and players like that who may figure next week. Scott and Simon, who were coaching today, they relinquished the media duties. Didn't hang around. But that's life. So yeah, there's a bit of experience. They might play more minutes now next week. We'll see.